Good morning, or whatever time of day it may be for you as you tune in. I'm truly glad you're here with me today, because what we're about to talk about may surprise you. If you're over 50 or 60, chances are you've been told more than once that aging is just a natural part of life. And of course, that's true. But what we don't talk about enough is how our habits, especially the ones we repeat every single morning, can either support graceful aging or quietly speed it up. And the tricky part, most of us don't even realize we're doing it. You see, the morning sets the tone for the entire day. It's not just about what time you get up or how many cups of coffee you drink. It's about the choices you make from the moment you open your eyes, choices that affect your energy, your mood, your metabolism, and even your brain health. In today's video, I want to walk you through the 7 very common morning habits that could be making you age faster without you realizing it. These aren't just theories or trends. They're backed by research. And more importantly, they're shared by people who've lived through the consequences. And don't worry, this isn't about guilt or pressure. My goal is to help you become aware of what's working for your body and what might be working against it. Because once you know better, you can choose better, and small changes can lead to big results. So let's get into it, one morning, the habit at a time. You might be surprised by what's been hiding in your daily routine. Habit 1, skipping breakfast or replacing it with just coffee. Let's start with a habit that many people don't think twice about: skipping breakfast, or maybe more accurately, replacing it with a quick cup of coffee and calling it good enough. For years, we've been told that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But with busy schedules, changing health trends, and the rise of intermittent fasting, a lot of people over 60 are skipping their first meal altogether, thinking it's not a big deal. But here's what many don't realize: as we get older, our body's nutritional needs actually increase, not decrease. We're no longer running on the same youthful energy reserves we had at 30 or 40. After a full night's fast, your body needs fuel, not just caffeine. When we wake up and only give our system coffee, we spike our cortisol levels, jolt our nervous system, and often create a blood sugar roller coaster that affects our energy, focus, and even our mood for the rest of the day. More than that, skipping breakfast regularly has been linked to faster aging at the cellular level. Studies have shown that people who don't eat a balanced breakfast tend to have higher levels of inflammation, increased insulin resistance, and even poorer heart health over time. And let's not forget what it does to muscle mass. After 60, we naturally begin to lose muscle at a faster rate, which affects balance, strength, and independence. Protein-rich breakfasts are one of the best ways to fight that. Now, I understand that not everyone feels hungry in the morning. And I'm not saying you need a huge plate of bacon, eggs, and toast every day, but a simple, balanced meal with some protein, healthy fat, and fiber like a boiled egg with a slice of whole grain toast and a few berries can make a world of difference. If you really can't stomach food early on, consider a small protein smoothie or even a handful of nuts with half a banana. It's about giving your body what it needs to start strong. And coffee, of course. You can still enjoy your coffee. I do too. But try to have it with your breakfast, not instead of it. That small shift can help protect your hormones, your brain function, and your long-term vitality. Your morning sets the tone for your aging process. Feeding your body first thing is one of the most loving things you can do for your future self. Habit 2. Starting the day in a state of stress or rush. Let's talk about how your mood in the morning might be doing more damage than you think. Many people over 60 assume that the morning rush is something that fades after retirement. No more clocking in, no more school drop-offs. But even without a full schedule, it's still easy to start the day in a rush, or worse, in a low-grade state of stress without realizing it. You might wake up, immediately check your phone, glance at the news, skim through a dozen emails, or get caught in your to-do list before you've even had your first sip of water. Your mind starts racing, Maybe you feel behind, tense, or scattered, even if there's technically no urgency. That feeling, that mental pressure, tells your body to produce stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Now, here's the problem. These stress hormones are useful in small bursts, like if you're in danger or need to respond quickly to something. But when they become part of your daily morning routine, they quietly wear you down. Chronic morning stress has been linked to faster cellular aging, poor heart health, weakened immunity, and even memory loss. And what's worse, it often becomes a habit. You get so used to the tension that you don't even notice it anymore. But your body notices, your heart rate goes up, your digestion slows down, your brain shifts into survival mode. And this sets the stage for fatigue, irritability, and even inflammation throughout the day. So what's the alternative? You don't need to become a monk or meditate for an hour before breakfast. Just start with slowness. Wake up and give yourself 5 to 10 quiet minutes before jumping into the world. Instead of reaching for your phone, take a few deep breaths, stretch, open a window and let in some fresh air, maybe sip some warm water or write down 3 things you're grateful for. These tiny rituals calm your nervous system and set a completely different tone for your day. When you start your day with intention, you protect your body from unnecessary wear and tear. You tell your brain, I'm safe, I'm steady, and I'm in control. And that simple message ripples through every system in your body, reducing inflammation, supporting heart health, and helping you think more clearly. A rush mind leads to a rush life, but a calm start. That's one of the most powerful ways to age gracefully. Habit 3, not drinking enough water in the morning. Let's talk about something so simple that it's often overlooked: hydration. Specifically, how many people forget or delay drinking water when they first wake up? It might not seem like a big deal. After all, you just slept through the night, and maybe you don't feel thirsty, or perhaps, like many people, your first instinct is to reach for coffee before anything else. But here's what your body actually needs in the morning: water. And not just a few sips here and there. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep without any fluids, your body wakes up in a mildly dehydrated state. That means your brain, your muscles, your joints, and even your skin are already running low on the most essential element for life. When you delay drinking water in the morning, you force your body to operate in a kind of drought mode. Your digestion slows down, your metabolism becomes sluggish, and your brain function can dip, leading to fatigue or even that common morning fog. Over time, chronic morning dehydration can contribute to issues like constipation, headaches, joint stiffness, and even more serious problems like kidney strain or elevated blood pressure. And here's the connection to aging: hydration is one of the most underrated factors in how we look and feel as we get older. Proper hydration helps keep your skin supple, your joints moving smoothly, and your cognitive functions sharp. When your cells are well hydrated, they repair more efficiently, meaning you age more gracefully both inside and out. So how much water should you drink when you wake up? A good rule of thumb is 1 full glass, about 8 to 12 ounces, within 30 minutes of getting out of bed. Ideally, before you drink coffee or eat breakfast. Some people like to add a slice of lemon for a little flavor and an extra vitamin C boost. But plain water is perfectly fine. And if you're someone who says, I'm just not a water drinker, I encourage you to start slow. Even half a glass is better than none. The key is consistency. Make it part of your routine. Like brushing your teeth. Over time, your body will come to crave it, and you'll notice the difference in your energy, digestion, and even your skin. Water may be simple, but it's powerful. And when you start your day with hydration, you're telling your body, I care about you. I want to support you. That one small habit sends a message of healing that can ripple throughout your entire day and your entire lifespan. Habit 4, not getting natural light in the morning. Here's a habit that often gets ignored, but it has a profound effect on how your body ages, getting little to no exposure to natural light in the morning. Many people wake up, move from the bedroom to the kitchen, maybe turn on the TV, check their phone, and stay indoors for hours before ever stepping outside, especially for retirees or those who no longer commute to work. This can become an everyday pattern without even noticing it. But here's the truth, your body desperately needs natural light, especially in the morning. Why? Because sunlight plays a critical role in regulating your internal body clock, also known as your circadian rhythm. This rhythm controls everything from your sleep-wake cycle and hormone production to your metabolism and immune system. And when it's off balance, everything else gets thrown off too. When you don't get exposure to natural light shortly after waking up, your brain doesn't get the signal that it's daytime. As a result, melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep, lingers in your system longer than it should, keeping you groggy and unmotivated. Meanwhile, the hormones that are supposed to wake you up, boost your mood, and get your metabolism going like cortisol and serotonin don't kick in as strongly. This can lead to sluggish mornings, disrupted sleep at night, and eventually even mood disorders like depression or anxiety. And yes, there's a connection to aging here too. A misaligned circadian rhythm has been linked to cognitive decline, weight gain, inflammation, and a higher risk of chronic diseases over time. On the flip side, regular exposure to natural morning light has been shown to support better sleep, sharper thinking, healthier weight, and improved overall vitality. So what can you do? It's simple, just step outside. If possible, try to spend 10 to 20 minutes outside within an hour of waking up. You don't need full sun. Even on a cloudy day, natural light is far more powerful than indoor lighting. Sit on the porch, take a short walk, sip your coffee near a window with the blinds open, anything that connects your body to the rhythm of the day. Getting morning sunlight is like pressing the reset button for your body's biological clock. It helps you wake up naturally, sleep better at night, and function more smoothly throughout the day. Best of all, it's free, it's natural, and it takes less than 20 minutes. Your body was designed to rise with the sun, and when you honor that simple rhythm, you give your health and your longevity a powerful advantage. Habit 5, not moving or stretching your body in the morning. Now let's talk about movement, or more specifically, the lack of it. One of the sneakiest ways we unintentionally speed up the aging process is by starting the day in complete physical stillness. And no, I'm not talking about running a marathon at sunrise. I mean simply not giving your body even a few minutes of gentle movement or stretching when you first get up. It's so easy to roll out of bed, head straight to the kitchen, maybe sit down for a while, and let the body stay stiff and inactive for hours. But after a full night of lying still, your joints, muscles, and connective tissues need to wake up too. Skipping morning movement is like asking your car to drive smoothly without ever warming up the engine. And here's where it matters most as we age after 60. We begin to lose flexibility, balance, and muscle tone more quickly. Morning stiffness becomes more common, and if we don't address it early in the day, it can follow us into every activity, making simple movements harder and increasing the risk of falls or injury. Gentle stretching or light activity in the morning does more than just loosen up your limbs. It helps improve circulation, brings oxygen to your brain, and signals your body that it's time to start functioning at its best. Even 5 to 10 minutes of movement, like neck rolls, shoulder shrugs, leg swings, or a short walk around the block can work wonders. One simple practice many people find helpful is stretching right after getting out of bed. Stand tall, reach your arms above your head, bend gently from side to side, and rotate your ankles or wrists. If you're more flexible or used to light yoga, a few slow sun salutations or seated stretches can feel amazing. And for those with mobility concerns, even seated movements, lifting your knees, circling your arms, flexing your toes can make a difference. Movement also wakes up your mind. It helps regulate blood sugar, supports joint health, and gets your digestive system going. People who begin their day with light movement tend to have better posture, more energy, and even improved mood throughout the day. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need a fitness routine that's complicated or intimidating. What you need is consistency, a signal to your body each morning that says, we're still moving, we're still strong, and we're not done yet. A flexible body supports a flexible mind, and both are powerful allies in the journey toward healthy aging. Habit 6, eating a high sugar or refined carb breakfast. Let's talk about what's on your breakfast plate, or more importantly, what shouldn't be. One of the most common but often overlooked mistakes people make in the morning is starting the day with too much sugar or refined carbs. It's a habit that can feel innocent, even comforting. A warm pastry, a bowl of cereal, a couple slices of white toast with jam, maybe even a flavored yogurt that tastes more like dessert than a meal. These foods may be convenient, tasty, or even marketed as breakfast staples, but they come with a hidden cost, especially as we age. When you begin your day with high sugar or refined carb foods, your blood sugar spikes quickly. You might feel an initial boost in energy, but that's followed by a sharp crash, leaving you feeling sluggish, irritable, and often hungrier than before. Over time, this roller coaster effect puts stress on your metabolism, increases inflammation, and accelerates the aging process, particularly in your skin, your brain, and your cardiovascular system. After 60, your body becomes more sensitive to these swings. Insulin resistance becomes more common. Your pancreas works harder to keep blood sugar balanced, and that constant effort wears on your system. People who regularly start their day with sugary breakfasts are more likely to experience fatigue, mid-morning cravings, brain fog, and eventually higher risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and cognitive decline. But here's the good news: changing your breakfast doesn't mean sacrificing taste. It just means being more intentional. A balanced morning meal should include protein, fiber, and healthy fat. These nutrients keep you full longer, help stabilize blood sugar, and support muscle health, which is so important as we age. Instead of sugary cereal, try steel-cut oats topped with berries and a sprinkle of nuts. Instead of white toast with jam, try whole grain toast with avocado or a boiled egg on the side. Instead of flavored yogurt, try plain Greek yogurt with a bit of cinnamon and fresh fruit. These are small shifts, but they send a powerful message to your body. We're here to nourish, not just satisfy cravings. If you enjoy something sweet in the morning, that's okay too. Just balance it with something solid. A muffin isn't the end of the world, but pair it with a handful of walnuts or a hard-boiled egg. A smart breakfast doesn't just fuel your morning, it protects your energy, your focus, and your future. And when you start your day with nourishment instead of sugar, your entire body thanks you. Habit 7, starting the day with negative thinking. Let's finish with a habit that's not about food or movement or light, but something even more powerful: your thoughts. Specifically, how you talk to yourself in those first quiet moments of the morning. What many people don't realize is that your mindset at the beginning of the day sets the emotional tone for everything that follows. And starting your day with negative thoughts is like pouring a slow-acting toxin into your system, one that quietly affects your mood, your motivation, and even your health. Maybe you wake up and your first thought is, another day, another set of problems, or you glance in the mirror and sigh, picking apart the way you look. Maybe you think, I'm too old for this, or what's the point anymore? Sometimes these thoughts feel automatic. They slip in before we even realize it. But over time, This pattern becomes a habit, and it can make you age not just emotionally, but biologically. Science is beginning to catch up to what many have long suspected. Negative thinking increases stress hormones, weakens immune function, and contributes to chronic inflammation. It's even been linked to faster cognitive decline and higher risk of conditions like Alzheimer's and heart disease. On the flip side, a more optimistic or balanced mindset, even if it's practiced, can support brain health, reduce anxiety, and even lengthen your life. But here's the beautiful truth: your thoughts are not facts, and you can learn to guide them. Start by becoming aware. The next time you catch yourself saying something critical or defeatist in the morning, pause. Ask yourself, would I say this to someone I love? If not, try to reframe it. Instead of "I look old," say "I'm grateful this body has carried me this far." Instead of "I'm tired of everything," try "Today I get to make one small choice that supports my health." Even just 5 minutes of morning gratitude, prayer, or mindful breathing can shift your mental state. Some people keep a small journal next to their bed and write down one thing they're looking forward to or one thing they're thankful for each morning. These little rituals don't erase life's challenges, but they do strengthen your resilience. You can't always control what happens outside of you, but you can shape what happens inside. And choosing a kinder, more encouraging mindset each morning is one of the most powerful anti-aging habits you'll ever build. Because real youthfulness, it starts in the heart and in how you speak to yourself when no one else is listening. So there you have it, 7 common morning habits that may be quietly speeding up the aging process without you even realizing it. These aren't dramatic, obvious mistakes. They're the kind of little things we often do on autopilot. But over time, they add up. They affect your energy, your skin, your heart, your mind, and most of all, your sense of vitality. Let's quickly recap what we covered today. Skipping breakfast or only drinking coffee leaves your body running on empty. Starting the day in a state of stress puts your nervous system in fight or flight mode before you've even begun. Not drinking water after waking keeps you sluggish and dehydrated. Avoiding natural light disrupts your internal body clock, affecting sleep and mood. Failing to stretch or move in the morning keeps your joints stiff and your energy low. Choosing sugary breakfast leads to blood sugar spikes, crashes, and chronic inflammation. And finally, starting your day with negative self-talk quietly shapes how you age inside and out. Now here's the good news: you don't need to change everything at once. You don't need to overhaul your entire routine tomorrow morning. What matters is that you start with one habit, one choice, one better moment. Maybe it's a glass of water before coffee. Maybe it's a few deep breaths before checking your phone. Maybe it's stepping outside for a few minutes of sunlight. That's how transformation begins. Because aging well isn't about chasing youth. It's about protecting your energy, honoring your body, and creating a life that still feels rich with meaning, one morning at a time. If this video resonated with you, please take a moment to click the like button. It helps more people find this kind of thoughtful content. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. Every week, I share practical tips on healthy aging, mindful living, and how to thrive, not just survive after 60. And if you know someone who's struggling with low energy, poor sleep, or simply wants to feel better in their daily routine, send this video their way. A small act of kindness could change someone's morning and maybe even their life. Thank you for spending this time with me. I appreciate you, and I believe in your ability to grow stronger, calmer, and more vibrant no matter your age. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next video.